I was never my husband's ex's friend, not to talk of best friend. I've never met her. I've never seen her. She doesn't have my number. I don't have her number. She's like 8 to 9, 10 years older than I am. And I've read comments where people have sent to me that I was her best friend, or she introduced me to her husband and I snatched him or something like that. I know it's not funny, but it's been funny to me for a very long time. Until never. No, I'm not saying much about it. It's what it is. I remain to be under Big Church Foundation, and he remains family to me. His wife is family to me. We've hung out before together. And I mean, I don't see a big deal there. People should stop saying things that is not what it is.
May Rose be grateful. May she thank God. Say Tonto Dikeh as genuinely giving her life to Jesus, because this brew when she this ocean when she try to stare, let her not allow Tonto Dikeh to say, oh no, shit, I've given my life to Christ, but I still got it inside of there. She not gonna embarrass us, you understand? Because we're happy for her that Tonto Dikeh is not come. She's not a good girl. She has given her life to Christ. No more drama. In fact, she said, address me as ex-Nollywood. So she doesn't even want to belong. She just want to be doing her thing, doing her Christian things, and doing her politics in peace. You get my point. She don't want no drama, and that's why she allowed Churchill to, have access to her son, which I said never. It's never going to happen. It's never going to have access to my son. Because remember, he called Churchill a ritualist, a 419. There's nothing to Dikeh. If I should did part 1, part 2, part 3, those days, Tonto Dikeh is the person that when you come for her, she's gonna set camera and she's gonna do part 1, part 2, episode 1 to whatever it takes to, share a story, to say her own side of her story. And when she's coming for you, she's not just she's gonna you understand. So now there was a rumor that maybe you're just trying to drag Rose. People, these people that don't like the fact that when there's a snatch, you understand, because she actually snatched Tonto Dikeh's husband, which I don't think Tonto Dikeh even want him anymore, because I mean, she said a lot of things. Somebody that you give money to pay your bride price, you don't want to be, Anyway, the marriage was already in shambles and all that, so it's not really, it was a snatch. She was just done, and of course, Churchill found solace in the hand of another woman that was available, from sister, from brotherly, have you eaten, are you okay? And then from there, it's graduated to, relationship, and then led to marriage. But now, of course, Churchill has reconciled with his son, and of recent there was a rumor that Rose unfollowed her husband, but she has come out to clear the air that me and my husband, I'm still his wife, everything is still going well. Every time she has to come out and defend herself, you understand. Things are still going well, and on the record, I didn't snatch Churchill from anybody. He was already done with his marriage before I came into the picture. I remember that video when she was explaining that Churchill was hurting because Tonto Dikeh broke his heart, and she happened to be the sisterly that was available, because I think she was working with him or whatever in their company. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know their story, but she's now coming out, come and explain. And in the midst of saying that, oh, me and my husband were good, I didn't unfollow him, we are still together, everything is going on well. The fact that Tonto Dikeh is reconciling with the son and the father, that does not affect our marriage, you understand? So she is coming out to tell everybody to mind their own business, because to debunk the rumor, because I mean, when things like that happen, it's better to come out and say, so that people don't, fly with it, because people will actually believe that because there was a lot of people that did a video and they said that they unfollowed each other. There's probably trouble in the marriage because Tonto Dikeh and him, Churchill and the son are back together. Anyway, to cut the long story short, she decided to do a video and write-ups, to educate people that they are still together. And what is even causing the uproar? She could have just done that and enter her house, but no, she decided to throw some shade to Tonto Dikeh, that Tonto Dikeh is older than her by 8 to whatever years, and that she doesn't know her, she never knew Tonto Dikeh, blah blah blah. And then people started going back to play her old video when she said she and Tonto Dikeh were colleagues, or they were rolling together and all those kind of things. And so now she's contradicting herself, because so people are now asking, when did you now know Tonto Dikeh? Is it before the marriage, or after the marriage, or during the marriage? You understand? People are now confused. They're now asking that, you say you didn't know her, is it before the marriage? Because let's assume you didn't know Tonto Dikeh from anywhere, of course, but of course you know that she's an actress, right? Even though if you didn't know her in any other way, you would have known that she's an actress, she's an Hollywood star, and then your boss, who is now your husband, happened to get hooked up with her as a wife. And now he has introduced her to the staffs, which you are one of them, right? Because you say you were working for Churchill company. Churchill. They need to look at all this. Because remember, Churchill she mentioned Churchill's foundation, and you remember Tonto Dikeh has a foundation. They need to really investigate all these their foundations. I'm telling you, it's a scam out there, guys. Anyways, that aside. But she said she was working in the Churchill foundation, so introduced Tonto Dikeh to you guys as his wife. So apparently you knew that he was a wife, and she probably took you like a sister, because when she sees Igbo and she's married to Yoruba, and she said she doesn't really know his family like that, so she probably introduced you to him, to add, these are my staffs, and you are very close to Churchill as a staff. Anyway, that's how the story went, you understand? And then at the end of the day, you were consoling him when this marriage didn't work, and then you, from rubbing his shoulders and saying sorry brother, it turned to you know what I mean. So they ended up being husband and wife, and now she has 2 kids with him. Sisterly, my advice for you: nobody's dragging Churchill with you. Tonto Dikeh does not want him, so don't be afraid. Because since you have heard that Churchill has reconciled with the son, it's all about the son. Do you understand? I know Tonto Dikeh probably might not respond, but maybe she will do a write-up, because anyway. But let me. I want your mind to be at peace, okay? Tonto Dikeh does not want your husband. It's not a trash. She's done. Marriage didn't work. Everybody has moved on. It's over 10 years, girl. She's just wanting the best for her son. So can you please? We don't need your explanation. Please, okay? Rose, have peace. Continue to enjoy your snatched husband, and let everything be there. You understand? Explain to us how you guys are doing, but don't go where you go. Don't go there. You understand? Yeah, this is just an advice for you, as a woman, but I will not say as a woman. Oh gosh, I'm not calm. Oh golly. Anyway, please don't take someone's silence for stupidity, okay? You have collected the husband, because Tonto Dikeh did accuse you of having an affair with her husband while they were still married. She did, and it was not just a rumor. She accused you of having an affair with her husband while they were still married. She found out you were not just your husband's sister, you were actually sleeping with him. Whether it was before he married her or during while they were married, whatever it was, she got to know that you guys. I feel like Tonto Dikeh was played. You know, Tonto Dikeh accused Churchill of being a 419, of, you know, putting laptop and being surrounded by white candles and doing, you know the way they do, right? I believe that Tonto Dikeh was one of his projects. That is my assumption, allegedly. But from when I went back to go watch all the videos that Tonto Dikeh did, because she said she saw him with her very two eyes. She went into that room and she saw him inside the room, sitting with candles all over and a laptop on his lap. That it was, you know, that. So she accused him of being diabolical, being an organized scammer and all that, and she didn't want to be part of it. So, but me, I want to say that it's like Tonto Dikeh was part of the project. She was the big fish that was caught inside the big fish, if you get what I mean. Anyways, bygone be bygones. She's done. She has moved on. Life continues. Don't open the old worms. Don't bring out the girl back. You get, because Tonto Dikeh always reply her haters. She don't play. But she's now a newborn again. She wants to face her politics. She wants to face a newfound Christ experience. Let's leave it at that. Rosie, fix forward. Mind your business. Marry your snatched husband. It's all yours. Nobody's dragging. Tonto Dikeh does not want him. I hope you know that. So have peace, huh? And just let this be the last, you know. Let this just end where it is. Because if you keep doing videos and keep posting, bloggers are gonna keep talking about it, and you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna, because you will never be a good person in the eyes of the public, because you snatched towards husband. You were having an affair with someone's husband, and when you destroyed the marriage with other things that came into it, and you went ahead and married him, right? So just saying, guys, if you haven't started following Gist Update TV, hit the subscription button, and I will be bringing up the next hot juicy gist. Stay tuned. Don't touch it down.